think we are live. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get okay. Hello, everyone. This is Coach J. Let me make sure I'm live, honey, because this tick is a trip. All right. Let's go. I'm excited about today's live. So excited about today's live. Okay. Okay. Now we are here. I think we're good. Okay. Coach J here. Coach J here. Okay. If you are watching live, comment live. If you are watching the replay, this is really for Facebook. Instagram, y'all are on live. I can see who's live there. But if you are watching the replay, definitely let me know by giving me some hearts or one. Instagram, give me some hearts. If you are tuned in, tapped in, and you're ready to learn, you're ready to get it on with, you're ready to make it happen. It's Friday. Some people are out to eat. Some people have decided to, go out to eat and do the absolute most. But we are here. We are here. We are excited about what is to come because we get to create what we want to see. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, honey, comment replay. So I'm Coach J. I'm so excited for you to be here. And we are going to just get it right into it because we got to stop playing. We got to stop playing, child. We got to stop playing. We got to stop with the foolery, right? We got to stop with the foolery. So first of all, I'm a business and mindset coach. I work with women on a wide scale as far as helping them with creating amazing offers that will sell and that will bring them the monthly recurring revenue that they would like and to bring them more clients. It is absolutely essential that you lean in like never before right now, that you lean in, that you focus, that you say no to everything that does not align with your destiny, period, right? You need to lean into what is uncomfortable, okay? Because I think sometimes people don't realize it's time. These times is when it's time to get uncomfortable. I'm excited about this. I'm so excited. So as y'all know, I'm rocking and rolling over here. Y'all know I don't take no for an answer. Okay. I don't take no for an answer. I don't really care about what's going on in the news. I don't watch the news. I get my news from the social media platforms of the world. And when I get it, I just be like, oh, okay, I see what applies to me. And then whatever else, I just let it go. Because, it is what it is, right? And I think sometimes too, is that people don't realize when to, what applies to them and what doesn't, right? And then you have people that say they want to own a business, right? You have people that say they want to own. You have people that say, I want to, Jay, I'm ready to build wealth. I'm ready to do what I have to do. I'm ready to make it happen. I'm ready to, go all the way this time. The reason why it's so tight at the top is because of that very reason. And I see that a lot with women who are very, very like logical, because the thing is, you can't bring logic into business from a standpoint of it doesn't have to make sense to everybody. It has to make sense to you in terms of, let me make sure I'm clear, because some of y'all are getting here and be like, well, that's, no, it's not. You only need logic when it's time to assess, track, and measure so that you can pivot and redirect yourself in your offers or the way that you're putting out your content. But in the beginning, all you need is your intuition and your faith and your absolute belief. That's all you really need at the beginning. And a lot of people try to put logic on the front, which is why you have a lot of people trying to fight for their limitations in the beginning. They want somebody to empathize with them. I can't empathize with you when you're trying to keep a life that you don't like. I don't know what that looks like, because I believe in giving up things in order to have what I want. And when I say give up things, that means that if it falls off, I'm okay with it. I'm talking about anything. I'm ready to risk it. Because when you start a business or when you're growing your business, come hell or high water, it's got to go. If you're not coming, if you're not growing, right? If you're not growing, you're dying, right? If you're not moving in the trajectory of yes for yourself, then that means you're moving into no. When suffocation starts to happen, let me throw this out there. When somebody is being suffocated, now we can take the people in the submarines, for example. You know, when the brain is cut off from oxygen. Hey, Sasha. Hey, Melissa. When the oxygen is cut off from the brain starts to shut off, and the body begins to shut down in so many ways, right? It begins to shut down. And that person, I want y'all to catch what I'm getting ready to say. That person starts to lose consciousness. Consciousness begins to fade. I'm finna help you with what consciousness. So what is consciousness? You will hear people talk about God being consciousness. You know, consciousness is the breath, the spirit of God that makes you a what? A living soul. Because there's three aspects to a human being. There is spirit, right? Spirit is the breath. Spirit is the breath. Soul is the mind, the will, the essence of the person, your personality, your body is the vehicle that makes you legal in this earth realm, right? I'm trying to help y'all pull the piece. This ain't Bible study. I promise you it ain't Bible study. But what this is this, everything is spiritual. Even down to what you give yourself and what you detach from. And even when you cut yourself off from experiences, these are all spiritual aspects of yourself. So your soul has a body. Your spirit is consciousness. The breath of who you are is consciousness. So every time you take a breath, that is God personified that makes you legal here. I want to make sure I'm crystal clear. So when there is no more air, consciousness slips away, God slips away, spirit slips away. So how does that equate to the now, right? Even when you are cutting yourself off from opportunities, when you're cutting yourself off from being great because you're so nervous about what am I going to lose? Am I going to lose anything? Am I going to, I don't want to lose anything. I said to myself, me and my friend was talking yesterday. She was like, we got to go all the way. I said, honey, I'm risking it all. I don't care. Like, I really do not care. I don't care if I'm giving people an opportunity. I'm going to say, hey, this is what we got going on. This is where we're going. Take it or leave it. If people don't want to go because they're holding on to whatever, or they think that's cool. But at the end of the day, you've got to make a decision that I'm willing to just go all the way this time. Like I'm only interested in going all the way. That ain't gonna look, you're gonna look psychotic out here. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I'm already getting people that's, so are you still coaching? I don't know why. You tell me, right? And it's not to be mean, but you start to look off to people outside because they're trying to figure out what you are doing. That's at any stage in the game. That's at any stage of business. Everybody's trying to figure out what you are doing instead of focusing on, is what she is doing right now in alignment to what I need? And if so, I need to get on this train. I've never seen people that's trying to figure out what people are doing with their call, with their focus, right? People are trying to figure out, what is she doing or what are they doing? I'm just so inspired, but I want to know what they're doing. What have you done? And if what I am doing is not in alignment to where you want to go, then it's okay. But trying to figure it out and put the pieces together is just, that's a waste of your time, right? So when I say I'm getting ready to risk it all, that's with or without. And you got to take the same stance when it comes down to your destiny. Because I was telling a client yesterday of a Voxer, I said, number one, the future is to be created. You create what you want to see in the world. You don't let nobody dictate to you what you're going to, like, I'm going to make money, period. I'm going to impact the world, period. Like, there is absolutely no, I'm not having a conflict about that. I don't care what I sold. Like I said, I made a big investment last week. I don't care. And if people are like, oh, the bigger investment I make, the higher I go. And guess what? In 12 days, it's already paying me back. Because when I decide that risking it all is where I'm going, then risking it all is what it is. So what is risk? When people think about risk, what is it? So we automatically go, if you're live, watching live, give me some hearts. Let me know that you're here. I would love to know who's here. So let's go here. What is risk? What is risk? A situation involving exposure to danger. A situation involving exposure to danger. I talked about value stacking all this week. You still got people that's, what is that? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what is that? When you're value stacking, you're adding pieces to what you are already offering as an expansion of what you're offering, right? So the risk is that people are trying to really think about how what you are doing, how does it make them feel about what you're doing? And I want y'all to catch the wisdom in this, because people's perception is not your problem. This is the reason why the 1% is the 1%. This is the reason why the elevated is elevated. You ought to see, I'm in some groups and some masterminds with some multi-million-dollar people, some $1 million a month people. And when I tell you the risk and the way that they're going, they ain't stopping. That's why I have to be in the realm where people are doing things. I cannot be in a realm where people are not risking. because risk and faith is what I opted in for. Amen, somebody. You will never get to the promised land playing it safe. I'm just telling you. I'm just being straight up. I'm just gonna wait until next summer. Or I'm gonna wait till January. It's ridiculous. Okay. You don't know where the world gonna be at. Mm-mm. 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 I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm trying to see when the kids get to I don't know what they look like. I say what goes in this world, in my world. I say what goes. How did you get to that point, coach? You know, when I got to this point, you know how I got here to talk the way I do? Because some people are so interested in how did you become so confident? I had a client ask me that today. How did you become so confident? How did you become so sure of yourself? Because when I look at what I have done for other people, and I look at the results that I have provided for other people, and I say to myself, I know I'm dope. It came with a lot of humility and a lot of false people pleasing behavior at the beginning because I was trying to look humble and trying to look good and trying to look like but then I started looking at how people, when they took that, and then I started talking about things that I wanted to do to those same people, then that's when their persona changed. See, people don't like when you start to rise up, and I'm not talking about haters. Like, I don't want this to be confused. But when you start telling people what you desire to do, and it's bigger than the norm, pay attention to how they respond to you. Pay attention to how people respond. Pay attention to how people respond when you say, I'm doing this, or I wrote out a plan to do that, and then you start operating that plan. But see, people get all caught up in what other people say, and this is why they don't go nowhere. Don't you know humans are just souls just like you are? Like there's nobody, I used to tell my daughter this when she was younger, like no human being can hurt you. No human being can do any harm to you unless it's in divine plan. And it's like that is the only time when it's time for you to really leave this realm and it's in your destiny plan. But until it can't nobody touch you and do harm to you unless you allow them to. Y'all give human beings way too much credit over your life. I don't understand why. I don't know what I really, what? I don't care about that. Girl, what you think your auntie and them gonna say? First of all, I'm an adult. Let's start there. I think people need to realize like you're of age to make decisions. But my mom and them, my mom and dad, they pour so much into me. Okay, so what's your point? They made sure that I went to college. Okay, they did what they thought was best for you. They did what they thought was best. So you're going to take the guilt of your family on with you, and you think that is supposed to put you, you're going to turn yourself into turmoil instead of risking. Y'all, you're not ready for this conversation. Pay attention to how people respond. Pay attention to how people react. They didn't even say anything. See, that's how you can start spotting out spirits that ain't going with you, souls that are not aligned with you at this next phase, because people are okay with you doing worse than them or doing just as okay as them. But you start moving the trajectory of yes, then that's when things start to change. Start peeping out people. I'm surprised ain't nobody saying none of this. Like, I don't like, are y'all okay? Y'all, now that's one thing, y'all know I like energy. So I think we need to start thinking about like, am I okay if this person does and acts like this? And then what's my response going to be? Because sometimes people will let you know exactly how they feel about your success and about your plans to be successful. Because when you start sharing people your plans and then you start working the plan and then you start progressing in the plan, let's go there. When I tell people what I've done, and it's not even to get a something else, like it's not even like I'm looking for people to celebrate me. I'm expecting you to celebrate me if you're in my circle. Not in my clientele. My clientele is something that I'm talking about my friendship circle, my family circle, my people, the personal circle, the people that know things about you that the public don't know, right? The people that walked with you when you were in your valley seasons, right? In your confusion seasons, in your seasons of doubt, in your seasons of not knowing who you were or are, right? Those people that saw you go through the ups and the downs of life, right? And then when you start telling them about your uprising, your ascension, the rewards, the excitement, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, that's good. Flower said, somebody told me that the only thing I care about is my podcast the other day, but a few days before that, they was asking for help. I love it. I mean, yeah. Somebody told me that they was the only thing I kept seeing when I've even heard from like people like, you just care about your business. But then again, goes back to what she said. It goes back to people when people need advice. Guess who they come to? Guess who they come to? The one with the information. Facebook, if I'm glitching too much, come to Instagram. I don't know what's going on. If I'm glitching, let me know. I just have to move on. It's called moving on. I don't have that kind of time to satisfy. I don't have time to satisfy people's egos and people's feelings about myself. That's right. She said, they come to me. Exactly. They come to me, right? Katrina said, I've learned to stop sharing my plans with people until after. Absolutely. And even sometimes, Steve, you got to be careful even sharing after. Like I don't have the bandwidth to take people's, like, you have to learn how to protect what God has given you. And consciousness, when we talk about the consciousness part of us, that is what keeps us alive. That's what keeps us breathing and God's experience. That's through the eyes of God we get to experience life here on earth. And challenges come to push us through a portal. Y'all, it's really just when you know it's time to be birthed out into another round, when challenges come and you start to get that edge, like, I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should keep going like this. I don't know if I should. That's when it's time to lean in, because the desire comes and say, I really want to keep doing this. I really want to keep moving forward in this, or I really want to move into this. But when that happens and then logic starts to kick up, what I just talked about at the beginning of this video, this broadcast, I started talking about logic. Logic kicks in because logic is the place of where corporate needed you. You got to learn how to understand employee and employer mentality is very different from builder mentality. You got to learn when logic comes in and I just don't know if I can do that with all this going on. No, that's when you lean in. But see, this is the thing. When you decide to do something, the decision is always right. Your job is to keep the decision right. I remember I heard that from somebody, and I really wish I could go back and find whoever said that. The decision to keep it right is up to you. Because some people will say, well, I did it on impulse. You're supposed to. That's desire. Amen, somebody. Desire is impulsive. And we ain't going to talk about whether there's negative and then there's positive desire. I'm talking about the positive. I'm always talking about the positive. I'm never talking about negative. I'm never talking about the downward place of things. I'm always talking about desire from a standpoint of self-actualization. What's going to put you at a place to be all you can be in this realm before, like on earth as it is in heaven. Self-actualization is to live by the I know. Not I believe and I hope and I just hope that I wish it. I know. And to know is to see all around you that this is the reality that I asked for. This is why I said I'm risking it all. Even now. Come on, Holy Spirit. This is even now. Everybody can tell me no right now, and I'm still going to find a yes. Every no leads me to my next yes. I've had people to tell me 2 years ago, I'm going all the way with you, coach. I'm going all the way with you. Wherever you going, I'm going. That's where they are now. In the same place because they didn't go. It's a year-to-year thing. I see it all the time. When I say I'm going all the way with somebody, you ain't leave me behind. I always tell my coach, one of my coaches, I said, wherever you pivoting, I'm pivoting. She be laughing. And every time she go, I go. I don't lag behind because of my issues and my emotions. My job is to stay in the category of yes and winning at all times. That's my birth. I don't know everybody else's thing, but to be a Black woman in 2023, where there are gender wars going on. I saw something today about, people saying, somebody was saying how single mothers are the worst type of parents. And of course it was me and it looked like me, same skin tone as I do. I don't care about that, right? That's because those kind of people are not in my trajectory of success. They're not self-actualized, right? So I don't follow those people and their advice. Those are men or people or beings that love to hear themselves talk and bully themselves into love. They want to bully people into loving them because of their mommy issues. But that's the risk that they take dying like that. Because when people do that to themselves, they deteriorate faster than normal. This is what I'm trying to tell all of you, ladies. No matter what skin color you are, no matter what your culture is, no matter what your heritage is or your background is, to cut yourself off from the divine portion of what is owed to you by divine right, by your birthright, you got to realize that this realm is not meant for you to succeed. It is meant for you to fall under somebody. So the longer you prolong your yes to yourself, you are inching further and further backwards under somebody. I'm telling you what, I'm not even saying this to be funny. I'm saying this because I see it. And I'm telling you, in about a year's time, some of you, if you don't get it together and say yes to yourself ASAP and stop putting off the glory and stop putting off your self-actualization journey and stop putting off God having an experience through you that is of the utmost of abundance, you're going to find yourself back under the thumb of somebody else. Mark what I say. You can save this live. I hope you screen recording this, because if you don't start saying yes to yourself as of today, and I don't care come hell or high water, I don't care who get mad. You can come back to this live and say, Jay said this. I'm not even going to share with you what I heard and read yesterday because I don't want to do any fear mongering, but I will say this. that if you are serious about growing a business in 2023, I suggest you get plugged in and plugged in quickly. I don't care about your emotions. These are things that you're supposed to be working on all the time. I have said this till I'm purple in the face. Your emotions are your job to handle. Every decision you make is based on emotion. However, the decisions that you are most uncomfortable with making are spiritual. Did y'all catch what I just said? Y'all share, feel free to share this broadcast. Don't be stingy. This is free. I want you to start thinking about these decisions that you make. If they're making me uncomfortable, I'm supposed to do it in certain ways because it's leading me to skills. If I have not learned how to sell, if I have not learned how to close clients, if I have not mastered that art, I need to keep going and learn so that I can do this, because it's going to come a time where that skill set is going to be necessary. I've told y'all sales is the #1 skill set of entrepreneurship, not a webinar. Not Canva, not a digital ebook. This girl, she sell all her products on Etsy, and I'm thinking about doing her. Is she teaching sales? If I'm glitching, Facebook, come over to Instagram. Is she teaching sales? See, that's when I start asking questions. Are they teaching sales? No. So you going there to do arts and crafts? Is that what we're doing? I teach sales, right? I teach sales, relationship based sales. Okay, thank you, Flower. She said it's not glitching over here. Okay, good. I need y'all to get this, because some of y'all are really like trying to avoid. If you're not learning how to close clients and you're not conditioning yourself to be in a place of being rejected, that it's okay. Like I'm going through rejection. This girl said no to me, and this person said no to me, and these people said no to me, but that doesn't mean that God is telling me I need to do something else. Because we got to learn how to stop running away from what is important in our businesses. I don't care how many businesses you start. You got some people right now, we got 17 different businesses going on. And I asked them, what are you generating in this one? That's the thing. 0. You know why? Because we're good starters and horrible finishers. We don't finish anything. We don't see nothing through. Now, this is the thing though. We're multi-creatives. We're very creative beings. We're very multifaceted, right? We're very, very good at ideations. We're very good at possibilities and potentialities. We're very good at planning. We're very good at creating to-do lists. We're very good at mind mapping, right? We're very good at being in community with people that we feel is going somewhere profitable and productive and prosperous. But when it's time to operate in the actions thereof, then that's when we pull back, because this requires us to actually take massive, messy action. We don't want to look messy. We want to look together. We want to look perfect. We want to look busy. We want to look like we're doing some things and we're not doing anything. We're not taking the risk. The risk. Let's go. A risk is a situation involving exposure to danger, right? Exposure to danger. I'm putting myself at a risk and my family when I decide to step out into uncharted waters in faith, by way of faith. Coach, I don't know. It's my content is not hidden. No, it ain't. It ain't because you're not putting it out there. You think that it's okay to just put out, to follow people and to just say amen on certain people posts and girl, this is exactly what I was thinking. You're following thought leaders when you should be one. You're following thought leaders when you should be walking as one. Come on Instagram, Facebook. Because if it's glitching, that's we gotta shift. Don't stay over there and it's in and out. Just come on over to Instagram because you need to get all this. If I gotta cut the thing off, I'll cut it off. Yes. We have to start getting, what are we, how are we leading? I just don't know. My content ain't doing. You are scared to put out content that is in alignment to what you do because you fear backlash from people and getting feedback from people that will not ever, ever, ever pay you. They won't ever pay you. They're never going to pay you. They're never going to be on your client roll. They may buy a little $5 something, but they're not going to invest thousands of dollars into your business, into your craft, into your skill set. They're never going to do that. There are people right now that's going to look, she always lies. I remember somebody said a long time ago, can I give you some feedback? I really want to, no, she didn't say, can I give you feedback? She said, I really want to give you some feedback. Somebody in their 50s, 60s. Because she saw one live that I did. And that live was probably the most populated live I had during that time. And I said, no, ma'am. I said, with all due respect, no. That's when I knew I had found my power, because in my last life, I would have said, yes, okay, thank you. No, I'm not taking no feedback from anybody that has not walked in a supernatural straight line in their own life. If you report to somebody, I'm not taking no feedback from you. I'm telling you that straight up. If you're taking orders from somebody that's telling you how to work and telling you how to live, I'm sorry. That ain't to be mean. That's for real. I only want people that are speaking life into me that have walked the walk and talked the talk. That sounds real mean, doesn't it? I get it. Because the type of role, the type of life that I'm going into, it has to be by way of somebody who was walking that walk supernaturally. Now, value stacking. Let's go right there into value stacking and why I have to bring this up. I have to bring this up. And if you don't, if this conflicts with you, it's okay. That's what it is. Value stacking is about what you are doing right now. And I'm telling you how this ties in. When you value stack, you're bringing people additional value. How does this correlate to what I'm talking about? The value that you bring to the world is something that you know how to do without a whole lot of effort, right? You don't need a lot of effort to bring value because it's something that you skillfully do. And you do it like it's easy. Like, Jay, how do you do that? I just see you on there and I be saying, man, that's value. And it's something that you can take immediately and apply. So what I just gave you was inspiration, but I'm giving you now value because you need something to do past this video. Because it's not always enough to feel encouraged. And it's not always enough to feel empowered. You got to have a skill set and know what you need to be doing. Is this moving in the trajectory of yes, in spite of what the economy is doing, in spite of what the world is saying, am I moving myself, and I'm moving into the realm of this? So value stacking is one of the biggest things that you need to be thinking about, even in your business. Y'all seeing me move? I'm not sure, like me and my friend was just talking about this. Y'all seeing me move. People like, well, how did you do it? I documented the entire thing for you. How I'm getting to where I'm going. Value stacking is one of the things that you need to strongly think about in your business, because it is an additional stream of income for you. And I've been value stacking for 2 years. It ain't through just Legal Shield. It's been through Honeybook. It's been through, oh my gosh, Stand Store. It's been through other software and apps, right? But the thing is that when you are building your business, you're finding companies and opportunities to cross-sell. I have offered that to my clientele and to people, because value stacking is about predominantly moving in, offering massive amounts of value where people are feeling like they're getting something, and they're getting something that they can use. It's usefulness. I just put out there the other day, like last week, I think. I said, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and do Legal Shield. I'm gonna do it. I've been using them personally, but I said, you know, I'm gonna use them as a business concept. And as soon as I decided that I'm gonna be great at doing something, it starts to happen immediately. Like there's no hardly any delays, probably a little lag between me getting, making the decision and getting that first person in the door. But I'm telling you, that first yes that I got, it was not without a fight. You know why? Because the way I positioned the value and was transparent, because I believe in transparency. I don't know about everybody else, but that's how I've always been able to do business. That's how people, when they remember you, you want them to remember you by way of transparency. Jay was always transparent. And I always tell people, you ask me questions, I'm going to find the answer. I'm very honest, because I want people to be honest with me, because I don't like underhand stuff. Now that's me. I don't do underhand. I don't do stuff under the radar. I'm going to tell you the truth, who it is, and how you can get there. And I think sometimes people don't realize that transparency actually what is it called? It closes the trust piece quicker than you being, there's a lack of transparency. Amen, somebody. When I decided to go all in on that side, it was just like this. Because it was a decision. I saw the value. And when you are able to sell something, this is one of the biggest things about anything you sell. You gotta have a personal connection to what you do. You gotta have a personal connection to what it is, because if you don't, you're not going to sell it. If it's not in you and it's not a part of you, if it's not something that you're using, and I don't care what it is, Legal Shield ain't my purpose. It's purpose. Legal Shield, selling Legal Shield is under Ellison, right? Because it's under my company. It's a partnership. It's a high-level affiliate program, network marketing, right? And that's not my purpose. You know what is my purpose though? My purpose is to be, do, and have that which I desire. And that is not by way of me doing all this work. What I'm doing is setting up the infrastructure of value stacking. Listen to me, ladies, women. You know why a lot of y'all conflict about this? You want to be a woman of luxury and leisure. I was just telling my client this the other day. You want a life where it's soft. You got to pay for that. You got to pay for that. That's going to come at a cost. And also community, that comes up, because it's going to be a time where I'm going to shut all this coaching down and move all in over here. Coach, how can I get with you? I'm over here building a business. I'm traveling. All 2024, all 2024, me and my baby, we're gonna be in the air. Y'all better wake up. I've been telling people it's like it's $49. Like you're gonna spend that on a shirt. I've been talking to people about matriarch. That's your skill set. I'm not teaching you how to sell in Legal Shield. You need to already know how to do that, right? But Legal Shield is $49. If you're coaching and consulting, you already offering coaching and consulting. So why not tack that on with it? Because there is a small business concept to that. Especially if you are coaching people with businesses and coaching people with companies, why aren't you this is transparency. I'm not hiding nothing from y'all. It's literally like $40 a month. And you're gonna make it back. In 12 days, I had a promotion, went through a promotion, 12 days, didn't have to do a lot. It was people who was already in my network that I talked to. And I wanted to show, like, I didn't even close clients. I closed people outside my clients because I wanted to show people, like, I can make this easy. I can sell anything, right? You have to show people better than you can tell them. It's not a hard sale when you're transparent, and it's not a hard sale when you build relationships with people. Amen, somebody. And you show the benefits. It's not just about she's always asking for money. Money is air. You're a woman. I told my friend the other day, I said, you should be setting up your portals of value that support your womanhood. If you have to show up all the time to do some work, you don't have a business, you have a job. Some of y'all are setting yourself up to do the work, like do work all the time. I want the soft life. I want the soft life. No, you don't. You acting like you don't. I told people to say $49 a month. I mean, $49 one time. Look, one time. If you serve business owners, you should be popping in on this because you can offer this to your people and get residuals off that. Did y'all know that? The next wave is residuals and recurring income. I'm gonna say it again. I want you to screenshot what I just said. I'm gonna screen record what I just said. Are y'all here? I need hearts before I say this again because I want to make sure this is clear. I just love Coach J's lives. Take what I'm saying as truth, and I'm telling you what the Lord knows. The future is recurring income. The future is also AI. Yes, absolutely. The future is also robotics and 3D printing. Y'all, they print out food. Okay, let me tell you how print houses, 3D printing printed houses. So when I talk to people, then they start coming and they, Coach, you said this. When I say stuff, y'all better hop on. I already told y'all coaching is going to be a challenge to people. Didn't I tell y'all that? And now look at where we are. Some of y'all are still like, I really want to coach, but ain't nobody doing anything because you're doing everything little, right? Now I'm telling y'all the future is recurring income. Set up your portals. Set it up. Coach, I just don't. Set it up. Especially if you have children. You're too emotional to keep showing up and doing your work all the time. You need to start building recurring revenue ASAP. I'm not even kidding about this. Like when this live end, I expect some of y'all to be inquiring about, okay, coach, you said $49 one time, $40 one time. Ain't no other time. After the 30th, it goes up. And then it's $24 to $40, depending on what you get per month. Why am I saying this? Why, Jay, why are you talking about this? Because I'm trying to help y'all to understand. Y'all want me to be your coach, and I just love her coaching, but it's gonna be a time where you ain't gonna see me coaching. Because I'm gonna be in the air. Because I'm paying my dues now. I'm telling y'all what I'm doing. I'm trying to tell y'all exactly how I'm making this happen. I'm documenting the journey with this live. So that when I come back to this live, when you come back to this live, I am focused in. I'm focused in on documenting the journey. So that when I get to a place of self-actualization, people are gonna ask me how. I'm just gonna pull it up. This is my portfolio right here. All these lives all the way back to 2000 and such and such. I paid my dues. I paid my dues. And this ain't even being selfish about it. Because I don't sleep. Like, I don't see how people can do what they do and play around with people's destiny. I don't do that. And I don't play with people's money. Because I don't want to pay. I tell people, I don't do people the way I want to be done. I do believe in karma in so many ways, and I do believe that you reap what you sow. It is a principle. Whatever you sow, there you shall reap. And I believe in community. I believe in women being in a place of community because women know women. There is a sisterhood that is necessary in the higher realm, not down here. Not where you gossiping and talking about men do this and men do that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about up here where greatness and accomplishments and plans and God and love and peace and abundance and prosperity and community and community and community and generation and generational wealth and moving forward and celebrating of one another accomplishments are always talked about. I don't do nothing down here. If you were to see my friendship circles, which is not big at all, we're not talking about nothing down here. That's the reason why I'm always up. Like when everybody else is down and out, I'm like, oh, I don't know about all that. Oh, really? That's what's going on. I didn't know. I have to see it on social. I won't see it because we don't do cable like that. There are people that need your help, and then there are people that want. You got to know the difference. I don't want people that need help. I'm being 100% honest when I say that. I don't need people that need help. Because when you go into that place of need, you bring on spirits of codependency. You want people to want the skills and the value that you bring, because the skills and value is what's most important. It's more important than you being sweet and nice. Thank you, Melissa. She said, jump on with Coach while you can. She knows what she's talking about. And Melissa jumped on board. I'm congratulating Melissa. Melissa, I'm putting you on Front Street real quick. And I got Sasha on here. I don't know if Sasha's still here. Amy is building. Amy's one of my clients. She's building. I mean, I just love my clients to death. They are so sweet. If y'all are still here, definitely give me some hearts. But I'm putting them on the pedestal right now because I'm gonna tell you why. When I have clients that have families, they have, they're going through school, they're going through opportunities, they're going through, even trying to manage this miracle, this, because this ain't easy. I'm telling you straight up, it ain't easy. Entrepreneurship is not easy. And that's why I tell people, I'm being transparent. This is not easy, baby. Despite what you've heard. People make it look easy, but I'm putting them on Front Street because they stood the test of time. And Melissa has a family. She works full time, even though her destiny, because I already know I'm calling it in 2 months, she'll be out of their job. And she has a beautiful business. And she was one of the ones that took her what is it called? She took the first step in moving into my newest agency. I have a new agency that's a content creation and messaging agency that is doing for you. So this is what I got. This is what I got. The Digital Lead Her agency. That's content and messaging done for you. She is one of the first clients that stepped into that. If I'm glitching, come over to Instagram, because it's glitching on my side. Sasha, she's been with me for 3 phases, has quadrupled every phase. Amy has been with me for a year. She's opening up her home, her personal, what is it called? The healthcare home. She's a nurse. She's moving things into a trajectory, and she's coaching executives and leaders mindset. I'm trying to tell y'all, this work is not for the weak. Coaching is no joke. Because you have to continuously pour into people when they're ready to deplete themselves. Coaching is no joke. And so that's why I'm trying to preach value stacking, because women, y'all are too emotional to keep showing up to somebody's job every day and keep giving them your time and your this is the era of the woman. I'm telling you what I'm trying to tell y'all. I really am. He that hath an ear, she that hath an ear, let them hear. Because in a year's time, I promise you, you're gonna look back and say, dang, I wish I would have just listened. The thing is that in a year's time, if y'all don't start building your arcs, some of y'all are going to have to be Noah for the next 6 months. You need to start building your arc, and you need to start building it right now. You have to be serious about this. When you are in places and systems where you have to consistently show up, you have to consistently show up all the time and show up perfectly all the time and show up and do this work all the time. Guess what happens? Your creative energy as a woman begins to go down. This is the reason why all this is, y'all know this is why it's chaotic, right? Y'all know this is why the earth is chaotic, because it's the era of the woman. When women have a choice, when women have a choice, when women have decisions and they can make choices based on their own freedom, the world gets chaotic because they don't know what to do with that. The world thrives when you don't know. I'm gonna say that again. They thrive when you don't know. When you stay in the dark, they take the light. They take your light. You're allowing them to have more of your light. And this is the reason why so many women are struggling right now. And y'all are struggling because you're trying to keep things together. Trying to keep things together. I'm trying to keep, you can't keep it together. I'm telling you what I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. Some of y'all, if you don't know how to sell, you need to get into the matriarch. By 626, I don't care if I have 0 to say that I can't do it. It's done. Right? I'm done with it. Because I'm moving on to bigger and better opportunities. I have to do that because of what is on me. I cannot serve and be in a place where people don't know what they want to do. 6/26 is putting us in a timeline that's tight, and August is it. August is that we shut everything down and we move over to different agency models, and Legal Shield is the two places I'm going to be focused on. I'm just being honest. I'm just being 100. I'm still coaching, but I'm coaching in different capacity. And that don't mean, like, if this is not pressure, I'm not saying hurry up and do it. I'm telling you, I'm just telling you. Because see, I'm gonna start going to coaching offline, and whoever is in my community at that time and in my vicinity, that's where it's gonna be. I'm not letting humans take what God has given me and discount it. We're not doing it in 20. I don't care what the market is saying. I'm gonna create, in the end, the people are gonna come. That's how you gotta do it now. Well, I gotta see. I'm gonna see. Because see, we got to start making decisions, and making decisions quicker than looking at our circumstances. I don't walk by that. Risk is very, very necessary. So number one, if you don't know how to sell, get your booty in the matriarch. It's $9.97. We do have payment plans. Please stop holding yourself back from that. The 26th of June is over. If you come to me on June 28th talking about, can I enroll in matriarch, I'm gonna tell you no. I'll be 40 on Tuesday. When I tell you that's, and I don't care if my account is in the negative, it's a no. I'm gonna let it slip in, no. Boundaries up. Truth, that's the truth of where we're going. You need to learn how to sell. 4 weeks. You need to go through a boot camp intensive with me for 4 weeks. If you don't know how to sell, I don't care if you start a drop shipping t-shirt company. I don't care what that is. I really don't. Well, God is calling me to be a coach, but ain't nobody coming. You need to learn how to sell. Do you know how to sell? No. Okay, well, I don't have $9.97. I get it. I understand. But see, me, I would be trying to find $9.97. I don't know about y'all. That's the kind of person I am, or I'll be trying to manifest it. I got to 26. This woman is closing up shop. I need to get in here. I've never seen people that just okay with not knowing, and then, but you want to do all this extra stuff. You're spinning your wheels when you can go ahead and do this. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what they look like. If I haven't mastered the art of sales and emotional management and emotional intelligence and showing up online and being true to my growth and my development, I need to invest in that, because I'm not trying to be caught up in no mess. I'm not trying to be caught up in confusion season. This is the year. This is the year of 7, by the way. I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna go there because I'll be, like I said, I'll be 40 Tuesday, so might as well jump into that realm right now. You're at 7. Do you know what 7 means? 7 is my number of completion. This is the year. If you don't etch in and dig deep, if you need to use credit to get your booty in gear, I got options. Just FYI. There's always a way. I'm trying to build my credit. Your credit is all, like, if you was already trying to build, you would already built it. Because right now you got a turbocharge. Y'all need to learn how to say, you know what, I don't even care, because my destiny is bigger than my little credit that's not going anywhere until I jumpstart. There's always a way. Ask somebody, girl, do you have this? I'm gonna give it back to you in 30, 45 days. You've got to bet on yourself. That's another thing, risk. I'm going back to a future uncertainty, a situation involving exposure to danger. You got to bet on yourself. My clients who went all the way and kept their head down, they got an ROI. Melissa just saw your mess. She said, you'll get your ROI. I'm believing that for myself, second round. Exactly. My job is to support you and give you solutions and help you to move forward. Not to hold yourself back, but to move forward. And if you still overthinking this process, you don't believe in it as much as you say you do. But I'm going to tell you this, people who believe in this season are the ones who are going to turn the world and the impact drive around. I'm telling you what I'm telling you what the Lord knows. Obedience is better than sacrifice. I'm not telling you to invest in me. I'm telling you, go somebody. If it ain't me, go to somebody. But you need to learn how to sell. That's your issue. You just need to learn how to sell. Then from there, you take other sophisticated measures. But sales is where it's at. All right. If not, you got legal shields. Come on and be a part of what's happening. Value stack, which you're already doing. You should already be doing, especially if you're coaching entrepreneurs, consulting with them. This could be a part of your network, be a part of your value stack. Build up the portal while you can. All right. Love y'all so much. I hope that y'all get this. I pray that this sticks with you and that you consider what I'm talking to you about tonight, this evening, because it's on. All right. Love y'all. Have a blessed rest of your Friday night.